Hey climbers, Brent here. Are you ready to write your best songs ever? Are you ready to take that next step in your songwriting journey? Well, I want to help you with that. Listening to the C.L.I.M.B podcast is a great way to get started on your songwriting journey and to learn the basics about the art, the craft, and the business of songwriting. But eventually, you're probably going to need the personal touch. You're probably going to need some one-on-one feedback, some advice, and some help reaching your songwriting goals. And that's what I want to help do for you. I want to help you write your best songs ever. And I want to help you learn the art, the craft, and the business of songwriting, of how to turn pro in your mind and in your behavior before you ever turn pro on paper. Before you ever have the awards to hang on the wall, I want to give you the mindsets and the skills to earn that stuff. And so we'll dive into your questions and I'll give you honest answers. And I can help repair your song if it's already written but has a couple bugs and has some opportunities to get better. Or we can help prepare your song if you have an idea, a notion, a title. We can do your own private song title challenge if you want. If you want to get ready for a co-write, if you have a meeting coming up and you want to get your stuff locked down where it's the best it can be, I'm happy to help you do that as well. You can see my calendar, get all the details, and actually book a session at songwritingpro.com/coaching. That is songwritingpro.com/coaching. Now, if you're still not sure if a coaching session with me is the right thing for you, let's listen to what this climber had to say about their session.
This review is for anyone who is on the fence about booking a session with Brent Baxter. I have done several one-on-one coaching sessions via Skype and also completed an online class that Brent hosted a few months ago. I have nothing but great things to say about both of these experiences. I am a physician and a hospital administrator. Music and songwriting are two of my favorite hobbies and have been for many years. But as a hobbyist and someone who spends a great deal of time at work and in my career, it can be difficult to concentrate on something completely unrelated, or for that matter, to devote the tremendous time and energy that is required to see decent results. Brent is a true professional who can quickly orient himself to what you want and what you need and be that perfect lyric writing partner that you otherwise would not be able to find. I tried writing with other amateurs online in the past, but it never went anywhere. Having the insight and experience of a professional, someone who has dedicated his career to the development of his craft, really makes a difference. If you do your part after he does his, I guarantee you will be happy that you spent the money and the time, and you will be hooked.
All right, welcome to another Song Title Challenge. Climbers, this is where you send in your song titles to info@daredevilproduction.com. Production is singular. There is no S. info@daredevilproduction.com. And you send the titles in. You got to put Song Title Challenge in the subject line. We put them in the right folder. And then when Brent and I record these, I spring them live to him on the recording here. And we mimic what happens in a songwriting session in the first 15 minutes where we have a title and we talk about not the lyrics so much as conceptually, how can we spin this? And we try to come up with 4 or 5 different angles that are completely disparate to writing the lyrics to make sure we've got the right angle on this and we're not just doing the easiest thing, right?
That's right.
This is not a co-write in any way, shape, or form. It's just a fun, creative exercise that will breathe life into your hook book. If you've got a significant hook book like Mr. Brent here, then you can go back. Then you certainly have titles that are old that you haven't looked at in quite a while. And they're kind of like wilted lettuce. They just don't have the same energy to them. They're just words on a piece of paper, but they don't have the same energy they had when you wrote them down. And by spending just 15 minutes and going back and doing this exercise on some older titles, you're going to breathe some new life into that and reinvigorate that energy and maybe turn it into a song that's going to get you a cut or a hit or something like that, which is really exciting, right?
Yep.
Anything you want to add to that, Brent?
Yeah, this is to inspire you, educate you, motivate you, and challenge you to dig deeper into your titles because a title is not an idea. A title is just a word or words, and it's what you make those words mean that matters. That becomes your idea. So, yeah.
That's right. Okay, so today's Song Title Challenge comes from climber Doug Davinsky.
Doug Davinsky, okay.
It's a one-word title.
Okay.
And that title is Mint.
Mint. M-I-N-T?
Correct.
Mint. Okay. I'm going to make sure it wasn't M-E-A-N-T.
No, Mint.
All right. Well, hey, Doug, thanks for sending this in. So, mint. Okay. First thing I think of is like you need a breath mint.
Right.
Should have brought a mint. Can't you take a hint? Something like that, which is probably not, although it could be if you're doing a comedy song.
Yeah.
You could totally do a comedy song about somebody with bad breath, like take a hint, you need a mint.
Right.
That'd be one way, Doug, if that's your lane. Let's see here. Mint. So I think of the U.S. Mint, right? That makes the money, prints the money, prints the coins and that kind of stuff. And so that's the mint. Hugely valuable. That's where the value comes from, or that's where the money is, right?
The gold standard. Yeah.
But yeah. So it could be something like a positive love thing, because I try to think in terms of, hey, how can we make this positive? Love, me singing to you, just because generally that puts the math in your favor a little bit more on having a hit or having a song that's commercially competitive. And so it could be, girl, you ain't just money, you the whole dang mint. That's where they print the money. You ain't just money, you where they print it. You're the mint.
Yeah, yeah.
So it could be something like that, where it's all having to do with money and you ain't just money, you're the whole dang mint. Could be cool. That just sounds fun. And it sounds like it could be a pop thing. It could be a country thing. You know, it seems like there are many genres that could go in. Mm-hmm. And then you're just praising your lover, praising the woman, right? Put her up on that pedestal.
I got one.
Okay.
And you could personify this and attribute it to a female, or like if a female's singing, attribute it to a male. But my mom used to have a saying, like, it's not soup yet. Mm-hmm. In other words, like, until that contract's signed and the money's in your account, this ain't a deal.
Yeah.
But what about one of my favorite subjects, alcohol? It's not a julep until you put the mint in it.
Okay. Yeah.
Or something like that. Like, it's a garnish. It's the last final thing. It's the little thing that makes the difference between just a normal cocktail and a mint julep.
Yeah.
That's closely associated with the Kentucky Derby, and there might be some imagery there you could play off of.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a cherry on top. The gravy on the biscuit, kind of, it's the mint and the julep.
Yeah, there you go. Now you just went down another road there. Yeah, you're the mint in my julep.
Yeah.
The gravy on my biscuit. You're the cream in my coffee. You're the...
It could be that kind of thing. Like, it's not complete without you.
Yeah.
I got the julep, you got the mint.
Yeah.
I got the money, you got the spent.
You know what I meant.
You know what I meant, right. So that could be cool too, is like the thing that completes you. Everything's almost perfect. That's where you come in. I got the julep, you got the mint.
Oh, there you go.
Could be something like that. Which then, if you're going to do something like a mint julep thing, then I don't know what that drink is and kind of the vibe of it, but you would want that vibe of your song to fit that kind of thing. If you did it like a Kentucky Derby thing, so it's a Southern vibe.
I think that would be a country thing if you did the mint julep thing. Mm-hmm. If that was the imagery. I don't think that's going to play out too well in a pop audience or a rap audience. You know?
Yeah, probably not a bro country audience either, I would think. Is it more of a female drink in general?
I think it's more of a Kentucky Derby drink. It's very associated, like the big hats for the female. But the guys, this is very much a male participation thing too. They all look like golfers from the 20s.
Yeah.
With the big baggy plaid pants and crazy outfit. Everybody wears these crazy outfits, and it's betting. It's part of the Triple Crown, so it's very prestigious, which could also coincide with the mint. Mm-hmm. You could have some double entendre in there because these are the best horses in the world, and Kentucky Derby's the start. And then it's the Preakness, and then it's the Belmont Stakes. Those three horse races are the Triple Crown, and that is, what was that most famous horse? I forget the name.
Secretariat?
Yeah, Secretariat won it. Like when you win the Triple Crown, that horse's sperm is
worth so much money.
Billions of dollars. Yeah.
I wonder if it's like a Kentucky Derby based kind of thing where you can talk about that and use that kind of language. What kind of music plays there at those events? And you want to have that vibe so it fits in that sort of thing. Yeah. Maybe we ain't got the money, but we got the mint. We ain't got a lot of money, but we got the julep and we got the mint. Yeah. Like we're kind of high class living here, but we don't totally fit in. But that's cool. You know, we're having fun. Yeah. Like we're old money. Yeah. For the weekend, we'll fit in. I got the julep. You got the mint. Yeah. I'll be the julep. You be the mint or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It's kind of, it could be an adventure song.
Oh, yeah.
Expressed intention of Trojan horsing into like the Kentucky Derby crowd. Yeah. Some place where you're not supposed to belong.
Eric Church has that song, Talladega. Yeah. It's about going to Talladega and NASCAR, and it's a huge thing, but so is the Kentucky Derby. And so that could be interesting. You didn't think probably when you said mint that we'd end up going, oh, Kentucky Derby song about showing up and hanging out, even though we're like more in the infield. We're the hooligans. Yeah. But that's all right.
Yeah. 5 best friends on 4 ball tires.
Exactly. Yeah. And so kind of the Kentucky Derby version of that. That could be cool if that is something that you can bring some authenticity to and bring those details and that. I wouldn't be the guy to write that. But if you are, then that could be you wouldn't see that coming.
Yeah.
But for the people that love it, they would love it. Or people that want to go do that and people that have done that. So there is definitely an audience for that. Let's see. So we got that. We got the girl, you ain't just money, you're the whole dang mint.
What about, let's go down the breath mint road, but you had a comedy thing for that would be funny. Maybe this is stretching, but what if the mint's a close call? You had one too many drinks at the restaurant and you walked out and decided to take one of those mints and you got pulled over and it saved you, from getting a DUI. Yeah, thank God for the mint, right?
Yeah. Of course, you got to be real careful as far as artist lane to joke about
drinking and driving.
Certain lanes could probably get away with that.
Maybe that's too harsh. What if we just massage that a little bit and it's like you met her dad for the first time, but you had a couple cocktails and you weren't expecting to meet her dad. Yeah. And so then thank God for the mint, right?
I wasn't planning on meeting this girl and thank God I had a mint.
Yeah.
I think about that Aldine song that Colt Ford and Brantley Gilbert wrote on. That's the really rappy one. Dirt Road Anthem,
yeah.
That's why I had trouble remembering it. The title's not in the song. So Dirt Road Anthem is cold beer chilling in the console, swerving like I'm George Jones. It's like, wow, okay, you went there. Of course, you're down a country road where nobody else is, so more chance you're going to hit a deer, right? Therefore, you can pretend like it's not as stupid as it is to do that. But certain lanes of artists could do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Jason Aldean had a big hit with that. So you could maybe pull off the mint thing there. And met her daddy, thank God for the mint. Maybe it's the alcoholic thing, and he's trying to cover up the alcohol in his breath with gum or mint.
Oh, man, that's good. You do it like they wrote Hold My Hand.
Brandy Clark,
yeah. Where it's inside the mind of an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And what you do to cover up, to hide, to stay cloaked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got a little bottle in your drawer in the office, all the kinds of stuff that they do, and the mints to try to hide from your debilitating situation from the rest of the world.
So that could definitely go heavy. Some things aren't covered by a mint. Maybe you can hide it on your breath, but some things you can't hide with a mint, like the drunkenness, the missing work, the hangover. Can't all fix it with a mint.
Yeah.
With a something and a mint, with a flimsy lie and a mint.
Yeah. There you go.
Kind of a character study of that person that is dealing with alcoholism and they're trying to cover it up. And this person is calling them out going, yeah, you can't cover up all this with a mint. It's going to take more than that to cover it up or to fix it, or that doesn't make it go away just because you're covering it up.
To go one level further, it could be a song of redemption because that was the moment, that was the line that hit you upside the head, right? If you're the alcoholic, you can't cover up this mess with mint.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, that's the one that hits you. And so you decided to turn your life around. Yeah.
It could be like a Marlboro and a mint. You smoke a cigarette and pop a mint to try and take that off your breath, right?
And if that ain't country, a Marlboro and a mint.
Marlboro and a mint. But I like the alliteration. That would be something that would kind of help cover.
And that's a title right there. You want to read that or you want to listen to that song. That's when you're winning before you're spinning.
Yeah. So I think something like that could be cool. I think we got a couple strong angles.
I think we got some good angles there. I think that was good, man.
Just like every time we do this. Well, didn't see that coming.
Yep.
When we first saw that title.
You know what? It's so fun to watch him develop. But if Doug Davensky wants to work on this privately with you, what's he going to do?
Yeah, so I do songwriter coaching, consulting. I do private song title challenges. I do song feedback. I do a lot of stuff to help you get your best work done. And so you can get all the details, see my schedule, book an appointment, all that stuff at songwritingpro.com/coaching. Songwritingpro.com/coaching. I'd be happy to work with you.
There you go, guys. All right. Well, that takes us to the end of another killer song title challenge episode. Send your song titles into info@daredevilproduction.com. Put song title challenge in the subject line so it gets into the correct folder and we'll dig into it on the air. And you never know, you might get a couple good ideas. We ain't asking anything for it other than a ticket to the #1 party, right?
Amen to that. We do like the #1 parties.
Well, this podcast exists because we want you to win. So keep on climbing.
And we'll see you at the top.
Song Title Challenge.